on the other series, you've got a 1-1. We've got a 1-1 here as we are ready to get into the game. And now it's a matter of who goes on top of who. Game 2 was even. Game 1 was very much in favor of Tundra. Game 2, of course, even, but was better for Yakutou for a longer time. And that does reflect with a win. And there were some moments for Tundra. This time around, I know, it feels like a bit of a hybrid. It's not as all in on this potential for, say, Ags with Agent of Galeron. It's not as amazing unless you really nail that Avatos with the wall, with a vac wall. Smoke on smoke, already broken out here though on Emo. So, see if they can start to angle around. Level 1 is pretty nice for Tundra, but you're not playing into kinetic fence as well, so maybe it's not too bad. Like, you're not going to be blocked off with the insane amount of spam. You're not going to be at least locked away here.
We're waiting though. Yakutou certainly wanting the attempt at a kill. And they're going to see BZM. They'll also find 33. But there's no real fight to break out. Everyone just kind of holds back. Is going to be a 3-for-1 trade in bounties in favor of Yakutou Brothers this time around. So a nice little bonus for them. Bit of a chase onto Chrysalis, but he'll be just fine. Looks like 33 already trying to get perhaps the blocks going on this creep wave, even the Iron Shell, but no, he doesn't bother. Meanwhile, Toby going to show up there for a second, cops the Thunderstrike, but will be just fine. And it looks like Sux is even around here just in case. They will, of course, TP Toby out of there. There we go. I mean, bottom lane, of course, you are going to have Darkseid Tiny against Disruptor Morphling. It doesn't really feel like you've got too much to be concerned about here as Fly. Just make sure you don't get caught with your pants down with low HP against this toss of Saxa.
Yeah, shouldn't be too rough here for Fly. Maybe you have some opportunities when you have that level 2 Iron Shell. And whether or not Saxa can kind of get that spacing, you're probably just going to be looking for pulls here as a standard for Tiny gameplay in lane in the year 2025. Whether or not he can, though, is the real question. Ollie already burning through a lot of his mana with all this Thunderstrike spam. Can kind of simplify the lane a bit. He does have at least a Mango on hand. Would love to be able to get Lotus control as well later on. We'll have to see if they can manage that lane properly to get these resources lined up. But going to be pretty static until at least level 3 down bot here. Unless, again, a severe misstep happens. Bit of a back and forth up top as well. Not quite connecting.
Strike out bottom lane. So I guess there's another thing Fly does have to be severely concerned about is these constant Sunstrikes flying in. But it'll be just fine for now. All lanes going pretty smoothly, I might add. Of course, the top lane, no real contest at all for Chrysalis, but you could say the same for Beyond on the Pulse 3 Abaddon. And even I was just looking at mid, like, Emo is going to find the CS advantage in the Void Spirit, which is kind of anticipated. But we saw this in game 1. Like, BZM, he doesn't really care too much. He understands he's going to have that disadvantage in CS. It's all about the XP for him on the Voca. And of course, he has also queued up the Helm of the Dominator. So, you know, he's got the catch-up to come.
That he does.
Bottom lane. Ollie, back to back. They're going to try for the kill, and they've got it. 33 able to secure as Fly. Able to find the trade. He's getting a little bit worried about him because he wasn't strength morphing, but he does make it up.
And does. You take that trade any day here for Yakutou. You do give away a little bit of a bonus, of course, but you get some soul XP for Fly. That level 3 spike comes in a little bit faster for him. And he's going to get some free regen as well out from Ollie. A couple of... There's a salve in the backpack. There's some tangos left to share. Fly is going to be nice and happy. You're, again, seeing some of that potential come in, and that's without the level 2 Iron Shell up on 33. So there is more damage to come out once you do hit these level spikes up for Tundra. They're not able to get the pulse, but you are playing a more aggressive laning support here for Saxa in trying to utilize this Tiny. And again, it's going to be down to how well your timings line up, because last time 33 had a really quick timing into Dominator. And he is now at the point where he's just lacking the recipe, so I guess it's going to be another quick timing for him as long as the sails keep, the wind keeps blowing into his sails. The other lanes, like you mentioned, still pretty static. You are starting to pull ahead on Crystallis. There's not too much presence that Beyond can really do. The Abaddon Rubik lane is just really a non-threat. It's very defensive by nature, so there's not really much you can do to kind of punish there. Still a lot of diving down bot, though.
They're going to find Ollie as well. That's the one they wanted. They were ignoring the morph. They just wanted the quick disruptor kill. And it looks like Ollie, I mean, as annoying as this electromagnetic repulsion is going to be, he's still in pretty big danger. Sunstrike won't land. So he will make it out for now. But the thing is, like, you're getting closer and closer to the Helm of the Dom. And once he's got that up, you're going to feel a lot more confident just diving in. Even setting up with a toss onto the creep with an Iron Shell is going to be a big problem. Mid lane, bit of an attempt onto BZM. Just some harassment, though. It's kind of the thing with this matchup, like you get the CS advantage as the Void Spirit, but in terms of kill potential, you're not really finding much. Bottom, Glimpseback was there onto 33, but he's going to be perfectly fine as well.
He's going to be able to skedaddle away. We get a much quieter time in our lanes. The lane setups are kind of geared towards that. Top is slower, bot is slower as well. For Yakutou, the safe lanes are relatively slow lanes. Although maybe more aggression can come out from Tundra, but you're playing into Rubik Abaddon, so you can't really hope for a Nightmare spin in. Mid lane is, I will say, a little bit better for Emo in comparison to game 1. Like, this is a much more smooth time laning into this Invoker. His network, his CS advantage is a little bit cleaner, and he's not copying as much random damage from BZM because BZM keeps trying to go for these Sunstrikes across lane. He's not having as many resources to pump in onto mid with his own spell spam there. So it is holding back in how much he can stop Emo. And then the question then is, how well can you control these runes coming into 6 minutes? Because that's the big one, where Emo is going to be approaching level 6. He wants that first power rune. We saw that commitment earlier where Tundra was finding the better end of the stick because of how much pressure was on bot. This time around, you don't have that laning pressure to hold back these supports from rotating early. So there should be an opportunity here for Yakutou to get a smoother start with that first power rune spawn in a few seconds here.
Not sure if this is part of the game plan, Jonathan, but concerning signs for Tundra, Chrysalis has not queued up a Helm of the Dominator yet. Well, what's going on?
Oh, no.
He's queued up a Battle Fury. What's going on here, Jonathan?
He's playing it smart. You know, I mean, the Dominator does make sense, but this is a jug. He wants to farm. He wants to farm the good old-fashioned way. You know, it is what it is, Mikey.
Mid lane. Karune's being denied away from Emo, but he will jump in, trying to chase down this Tiny. Those Starks with the Fairy Fire actually still surviving, but they will glimpse back the Tiny, as now the chase continues for Emo. But you aren't going to have the follow-up, so Emo's going to be perfectly fine. They will not secure a Power Rune here for the Void Spirit, but they get something even better, which is a quick support kill.
I think you're happy enough to just get some more gold flowing onto Emo. Still gets a top up from the bounty rune at the very least. Not the most. 33, pretty deep dive here.
Sunstrike's gonna fly in though. Oh, it hurts me to watch that, Jonathan. I'll be honest. It's a bit of a shame, isn't it? It's like you don't anticipate it to be that much damage, but it certainly is, Jonathan. It certainly is.
And it is. Just very deep commitment from Fly. Understandable, the timing is into that 7-minute Shrine of Wisdom. Emo will find it, but there's a Dominator being revealed as well now.
Oh, 33.
Oh, here we go.
Toss back, Emo. He's got one Astral Step charge. He's trying to get there, and he will eventually, but they've got the cancel. The shenanigans have begun. He almost took the Shrine away with that Hurricane play with the Wild Ring Ripper. Almost got it.
Almost, not quite, but man. A mid kill for a Shrine of Wisdom, you're happy enough. You're getting some EXP flowing on your supports anyhow. Kind of compensate. Fly?
He's okay. Well, he forms out. I mean, I can't imagine they kill him that easily anyway. So he will be able to make it out just fine. Top lane, I mean, it's still just no contest here between Chrysalis and Beyond. Both of them CSing very well. You wonder how concerned Yakutou Brothers are feeling about this Jug right now, because he's just having the freest game of his life. They will try, but of course the spin TP away, just going to allow him a way out pretty safely. Another Power Rune as well in the meantime for BZM, picking up an illusion, so another denied Power Rune here from Emo. But overall, still a relatively slow game, which again is kind of what you anticipate with these Helm of the Dom plays. You know it's going to be a slower time. Not much happening in the way of action right now, but it makes enough sense. They do try onto Emo, but nothing comes off.
Not quite the timing you're looking for there for Socks at the land of stun. Maybe a bit optimistic anyhow. I do agree with you. I mean, again, when you're looking for Dominator place, you are looking to play it slower, but that farm will ramp up. And you've got the Dominator for BZM. He's already playing around in the jungle as well. You've got the bot lane completely freed up here for 3T3 to just play. Top lane is freeing up for Yakutou as well, but Jug can easily sit in that jungle just fine with Cornucopia up. You've got enough stats to play with. Maybe another attempt onto mid. But again, Emo's not the easiest thing to go for. And they do spot Socks anyway. Just hanging.
You've got Ollie, but he comes 33. Now, this could make things a little bit more complicated. He even got the Satyr Mind Stealer as well, just to be an extra nuisance with that mana drain while he's at it. Jump in, Toss is there, they'll drop the wall as well, and they've got the kill! Oh. Alright, well, I wasn't anticipating they'd have that much control and damage, but apparently they do, Jonathan.
That they do. Just enough. Good chain, good set of chain stuns coming out with BZM on top. And yeah, I mean, if you can't dodge out the Sunstrike, that's where your damage is coming in. Mid-tier 1, a pretty devastating blow for Yakutou, but again, when you have double Dominators and all of these creeps that can just help siege so fast, you do lose map space quickly. Mind you, Yakutou still has good control in the triangle. They have small stack built up on the medium camp.
Oh,
regen rune.
The Boca. He's trying to deny it away. Here comes Emo to help out, as maybe BZM going a bit too far, but he'll drop the Chaos Meteor just before he does go down, though he's still alive. They'll find Baboka. Regen Rune picked up here from our Invoker, so he's still running. They'll glimpse him back and finally take down BZM. So almost thought he was going to get away with it. Zemo chasing for more, but won't have enough follow-up to secure the Bane kill.
No.
Well, they're still going. Emo's going to be a little bit cautious, but he will make no Fiend's Grip yet.
Not quite. Not quite enough EXP up there on Toby. If you did have that grip, maybe a little bit of a different story. Still, you can see just how much Tundra is working the map. Again, these fights are happening away from Crystallis, away from 33 as well. They already took mid. They might be able to try, but Emo is still slippery.
Still like one creep away from Fiend's Grip being up. They're still going to try and chase him down. He has an Astral Step charge, but maybe they can time a nice Sunstrike here. And won't be enough anyway. They won't bother. 33. Starting more shenanigans across the map as there's your tossback plays into the creeps. And well, this is a bit annoying for Beyond. He will make it out, but it's starting to look a little bit scary. Keep in mind now, Toby has the Fiend's Grip up, so if it wasn't already kind of scary enough for Emo as it was, now with the Fiend's Grip, you've got a guaranteed way of just holding him down.
You do, and you see the confidence coming out from Tundra now. Just crossing that river into that bot jungle and dragging off this attention away from Crystallis, who is very close to the full Battle Fury, pretty much just lacking Quelling and the recipe itself. They're still looking.
Toby, he's going to get jumped. Toby should be going down here as a Static Storm, not going to allow him any kind of play. So a very nice pickup now from Emo. Even finding some forge spirits for themselves here for Baboka and well, Yakutou, 4 to 5 so far, not doing too badly, though again, I do get very concerned about the fact that they've left this jug alone this long. As I say that though, Fly, he's still keeping up in farm pretty well. In fact, he's ahead of him at the moment. But it is that Battle Fury timing you start to get a little bit concerned about, and it is coming now.
And it is. And again, you've just gotten so much off of this investment on 33. Mech already up, going for the full pipe, mitigating a lot of that early output we're seeing here from Yakutou Brothers quite fast. Yakutou do have the right idea, and they've warded up top. They know the general area where Crystallis has been playing because he's not been showing on the map. The issue is trying to jump a jug with Blade Fury is just difficult, to say the least. So even if they manage to catch him up, whether or not they can kill him is another question as well. It doesn't feel like they really have the best tools. And again, when it boils down to this kind of game where both of you are kind of trying to eat each other's map, the side that farms faster is just better off, and that is certainly Tundra right now. With all of these Dominators, they're able to keep that pressure in mid tier 1 still standing for Tundra's end, relatively healthy as well. And once these auras are up, that's where some danger starts to really pop in for Yakutou. Still, Yakutou looking for a smoke. They've got the haste being popped or expiring here for Emo to play with, and he is rushing the Ags.
Find Toby. Poor old Toby can do nothing about it, but he will at least break the smoke for his side. In the meantime, the mid tier 2, or rather bottom tier 2 tower was being focused down. They won't stick around for it. So they know the rotations were incoming from Yakutou Brothers, but they still get a substantial amount of damage out. Meanwhile, Fly forced to back away from the top lane. So rotation was there from BZM. I guess it still feels like it favors Tundra. But again, Yakutou Brothers, they are not really far behind the net worth at all. It's just a 1k advantage so far for Tundra Esports. Like Fly. Happy to just bully away Chrysalis every chance he gets.
Yep. And it's that threat of the output on Fly. He does. And just kind of pressure. I mean, both of the safe lanes are just farming up top, so they're trying to equalize in terms of being effective on the map and setting up some safe zones, considering how scary bot is with these forays coming out from Tundra. Bit of a smoke out. Again, they still have the grip. We haven't seen that commitment yet from Toby. You are still a ways off from your next key items in something like the Ags on BZM. They do have enough control to just snipe one here.
They're going to find Ollie, but a quick static storm down going to ensure that Toby can't really follow up with anything. He's still safe for now. Here comes the more Fly trying to find himself a target, but the Fiend's Grip is going to lock him down. It is cancelled though. Emo saving the day for this Morphling, as it seems like Tundra will need to retreat. And they will do so. It's Yakutou, they're happy to continue this fight. The Tundra are the ones not looking to keep it going. And still, it still proves to be a hard game for Toby. You know, he finds a nice Fiend's Grip, but it just doesn't last long enough in the end.
No. I mean, there's just so many ways to cancel it off. Right? Like, you've got a lot of saves coming in. You've got the lift, kind of break up with a stun. You've got Void Spirit. You've got the Static Storm that's been very good from Ollie, breaking up these smokes and just instantly dropping Static Storm, stalling out this movement out from Tundra. Tundra's best bet right now is just this steady scaling for Crystallis, and the fact that they're still holding on to this mid-tier 1 somehow.
Is out onto Baboka. They're going to try and at least burst down the Rubik quickly. And they should have him, as Chrysalis does show himself to boot. Emo going to be fine to step his way out. That was a full 5-man committal here in this mid lane, though, in absolute fairness. So, Yakutou Brothers, they might call that a bit of a win. They will look to retreat now on the side of Tundra. But that tier 1 tower, I mean, it's standing on nothing at this point. They'll come back for it eventually.
Yeah, I think the key issue for Yakutou is that they have to come back. I think that's the key thing. They can't use these wards effectively. They can't try to sneak around with a smoke from mid into that top jungle because of the mid-tier 1 still standing.
And they go on to Beyond, but it's just a bit of chip damage right now, trying to proc that borrowed time. Sunstrike not going to land. A nice little juke out from Beyond. No borrowed time to be expended. Meanwhile, top lane, they are going to find Toby. They love finding this Bane because it just makes them feel so much safer on the map. It'll be another quick one here for Fly.
It would be, and again, it's a very even game, but I would say it's looking a lot better now for Yakutou, considering how much you're getting out from Fly. This investment in 3v3, yeah, it's been good. The pipe's coming out relatively soon, but it doesn't feel like you're really seeing the connections as we saw in game 1 with this kind of idea on the strategy, right? Like, you need so much more to come in for Crystallis first. He's not ready to really fully commit on the Juggernaut yet. You are 2 parts away from the Ags of BZM on the Invoker, but it's banking heavily on this big Vac Wall Avalanche idea from 33. I don't know if you're going to be finding that. Maybe if you're just going for a solo pickoff, double Sunstrike on 1 is nice. You have enough control to at least guarantee that, but going through for a wider team fight doesn't feel as feasible at the moment for Tundra. And Yakutou are just feeling stronger and stronger as this game goes on. Like, Manta up on Fly. Dragonlance next, already has his Vlads earlier on for the farm as well. Their own Ags timing with Emo is still a little bit further away on that Void Spirit, bottom network core. But once you do hit that Ags, that's, again, a very dangerous timing here for Tundra. It's not like you're going to be farming quick BKBs anytime soon either. And that timing for the Ags should still be better than any preemptive BKB that may be queued up. So you have a big window for Emo anyhow. That's 7-6. Still a very quiet game in comparison, but you do feel the stakes, right? And it does feel like both of these teams understand just how much is at stake with this best of 3 here as Fly.
Punch up the Morphling. Not an easy target. Comes back onto Saxa. They will pinch grip him up though. He's now stuck. He needs some help, but it's not coming. So maybe just not anticipating that many numbers to come in. They'll lose the Morphling. And this is huge from Tundra. They'll find a secondary and they might even just start pushing through the bottom lane. Why the hell not?
About the opportunity to take a free tier 2. Already got some gate usage out from Sox up top, just to even out the lane a tad bit as well, and start to set up perhaps for that Tormentor with his timing. Some very good timings overall lining up here. Sox up.
Will Beyond. They're going to find Beyond. Beyond's still sticking around, but he's going to be a little bit wary of Saxa having a toss target. Here comes the cavalry, but Saxa's got the help. This all looks like bait right now, as they do jump in for the tiny, but the pipe will keep him alive a little bit longer. Nightmare out into Beyond as well. Here comes BZM to boot, as Saxa somehow still alive. Now the Vac into the healing ward to keep the tiny going. Is Yakutou rather, they're still going for more. They'll move in on to Beyond now. Beyond, he still has that borrow time available. Sux is still being chased down some way, somehow. They'll finally take him down. There goes Toby to boot. That's 2 supports gone now for Tundra. That'll be enough for this team fight. They'll need to get out of there. But Emo, he's on the chase. Ash will step up in a few seconds. They don't want to mess with the Croaker, though. They'll leave the Croaker alone.
Yeah. Really... a lot of wasted time coming out from Tundra. It's just that they can't capitalize, right? Like, it's so hard to look for an angle for Crystallis to get something like a good Omni Slash off. They've got the space now for Yakutou to take that Tormentor, and they get the D-wards off. So a snipe here from Tundra doesn't really seem feasible. Timing on the Sunstrike just slightly off for BZM. And now you have the upgrades coming in for Baboka. Free shard up. Having that defensive lift back can be massive as well in terms of, again, saving from this single person control that Tundra has. They are looking to force the fight in, though.
Why not? They know they're weak right now. Or perhaps weak. 33. Not going to find the angle to move in. They are still posturing around that top tier 1 tower, but they haven't really found the opportunity. As now a counter smoke is out, but it seems like Tundra, they might be aware, but the Nightmare is out now from Baboka to lock down Crystallis into the Static Storm. Do they have a way to help? A big back wall out from 33. It's kept him alive. The Jug can fight back. Borrowed time is out. How long does it last? Does it keep him alive? It does, but Baboka's the one to go down. It's another Fiend's Grip. Emo got caught, but the Aphonic Shield is going to allow him to get away. Now the Omni Slash is going through the whole creep wave. They'll even glyph it up to ensure it does no damage. No creeps will die. Crystallis continuing to run with the healing ward. It will finally go down. They'll try for Toby once again. Now the turnaround. In with the avalanche up from Saxa. There goes Beyond, and now the vacuum. Onto 3 targets. Fly. He's trying to fight back, but there's no fighting. He is gone. And even more now. It's the Nightmare out, I'm told. He will catch another target. Triple kill for BZM. Oh, you just can't go for these prolonged fights against Tundra.
No. I mean, there's just way too much sustain, way too much utility, and this is all boiling back to just giving 33 the space to form the auras. Right? Like, there's a lot of healing just spreading around. You've got the healing ward as well from Crystallis to get some easy resets in the middle of these engagements. The Static Storm as well was all in commitment and trying to catch out Crystallis, and he manages to even get out of that Static Storm with a good Nightmare save from the wall. And it's just awkward from there. Like, yes, the grip from Toby wasn't amazing. There's still the glimpse back. There's still ways of canceling off. You always have to be a little bit weary of just the standing position like that. But they managed to get the damage. And again, you're playing into Auras. These prolonged fights just do not feel comfy for the side of Yakutou. If you had Fly show up a little bit earlier, perhaps it starts to feel a little bit different. You know, he could look for those isolated plays. He could look to get a quick burst off. But instead, his decision to come in at that moment with combination coming up from BZM, he just gets crushed. Completely crushed.
Very tough indeed. And multiple very, very nice avalanches and just vacuums over and over again here between Saxa and 33, making life just so challenging. Well, now you've got BZM available with the full Ags.
I didn't realize.
Yes, Jonathan?
I didn't realize he switched to Scholar of Chorix this entire time. I was talking about Cataclysm this entire time. He's got the funky ice wall.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He did switch.
Yeah, I mean, I saw him on Galeron for a while before he switched screens. So I was like, all right, it's just going to be an attempt on Vac Wall. But this is actually kind of crazy. He's not going for the meme build that you'd see in your pubs with Shard Radiance. That's not the thing. But this Ice Pat is just nuts. Like, that's slow. Insane. You have no easy way to disengage outside of your highly mobile heroes, but everyone else is going to be stuck in the middle of the ground taking a heap ton of damage. Have to be a bit concerned. Roche opening up as well. Yakutou not in position to contest this freebie. I mean, the game is in Tundra's hands now with a 5k lead, but giving Roche away for free as well. It's pretty dangerous, considering all of these timings that you found here on the side of Tundra.
Certainly very dangerous now. The Yakutou Brothers, to see how they want to try and approach this game with the Aegis up on the other side. Saxa going to reveal himself on an illusion. Clears out the creep wave, but of course they do want to fight. Here on the side of Tundra, they're very confident now. Saxa having a look around to see if he can find anyone. We'll see a Fade Bolt thrown up by Baboka, but he's out of range now to chase him down. The 33 still wants to give it a crack by the looks of it. We'll get the vision. Saxa, he will blink within range for the Avalanche Toss combination. The Baboka trying to force stuff his way up, and now a back wall. And they caught an extra. Fly. He will make it out. They're forced to drop the Static Storm just to ensure there's no follow-up to the Vac wall onto the Morph. There was a Fiend's Grip available, so that could have been really scary for Fly, but he does barely make it out.
That he does, but again, what do you do about this siege coming out now inside of Tundra? One outer tower left for the side of Yakutou Brothers. You don't have anything defensive coming out anytime soon either for Fly. He is, relying on his team to save him. It's getting a little bit easier though. Emo with a full Ags does mean jumping back line, preventing, say, the chain stun onto this Morphling should be a lot easier for the Void Spirit to accomplish. Again, this grip is not getting any easier for Toby to find with that Resonant Pulse Silence now in action as well. But it doesn't even feel like that's a key thing. The concerning thing is Fly having to choose when he wave forms in. Because if he wave forms into the Ice Wall, as we've seen that top fight, and that route is enough chain control to tie in with everything else to actually get that burst window going on this Morph. And that slow from the expanded wall is also just hilariously slow. Like, it's actually so funny how much you get out with this Scholar of Korix facet. Quite cool. I was oh man. We were talking about Invoker all this time in the past few turns, Mike. I was rambling about how I wanted to see the other facets. This is cool.
It is cool. Baboka is not feeling so cool at the moment as he does get caught by a Nightmare, though it is taken off by somebody. Baboka, though, still getting back, just cannot catch a break. And still will go down. Definitely no way to run out of that Ice Wall. So now Baboka down. No buyback available. 35 seconds on the respawn board. And it seems like BZM will slowly but surely start chipping away at this tier 3 tower with the Forge Spirits and, of course, the rest of the team to move in and help out as well. And you're kind of in a similar situation to game 1 where it just doesn't feel like you've got the answers for all these units being thrown at these objectives and just everything else being offered.
No, I mean, maybe if you had something defensive in Emo, if he had a BKB, tried to commit into the backline with his Ags, doesn't quite have that. I mean, he's trying to go even for the Shard just to have some utility here, but you don't have that opening. You don't have that safety net of jumping in. Trying to rely on Beyond to get the Aphotic Shield off. Very difficult without any sort of added cast range here for the Abaddon to try to save.
You're in this weird position now where you just wonder how you force a fight.
Look at that slow.
I mean, Emo, it is slow, all right. Beyond is just slowly getting chipped away. He might have to prop to borrow time as soon as they are jumping in onto Chrysalis, but there's just no damage for him. He's fine. Healing Ward out. Aegis is still up. He'll be more than happy to just continue. Borrowed time is down now as well for Beyond, so he hasn't got that safety net any longer. They'll jump in onto Saxa to try and set up something, but it doesn't work out at all. So they just continue to completely ignore them and go for this bottom racks. Here they go again. Fly. He'll make it out. But the bot racks, Jonathan, continuing to go down. As Saxa now with the toss back on Emo into the Fiend's Grip. Locked down. Nothing he can do about it. He's gone. Even Saxa with another nice avalanche onto 3 targets. Looking for more target priority. They'll jump in onto Fly, who does cop the Omni, but he's going to be all right with the strength move to get out of there. This Chrysalis, I mean, he's still got 40 seconds on the Aegis anyway. You just keep going. No need to back off.
No? Just head straight to top. Try and cut off the creeps with 2 lanes are going to be shoving in. 20 seconds without Emo. This is your key factor in the fights. This is your backline jump.
Here we go again. Jump is out beyond. He's got borrowed time in 5 seconds. It'll be just enough time to allow him a way out as they are going to toss back 33, but he's a very tanky target right now. You are not killing him that quickly. Back again onto 2 targets. They found themselves Beyond and Baboka, and Baboka's already down. Beyond is out of time with that borrowed time. He's probably set to fall as the ice wall does end up dropping, and there is nowhere to move. There's nowhere to go.
Obnoxious.
It's so sad to watch them just moonwalk through the ice. Beyond will come back. He'll buy back into this. Emo almost going down. Actually does end up going down. 33 will find him. There goes Beyond as well, and they'll call it GG. They've seen enough. It's a Tundra. They had a bit of a misstep in game 2, but in game 3 they go back to the helms, and well, would you look at that, Jonathan? It works out quite easy.